shops are pretty close together, and y'all have had a few obstacles on the racetrack, raced well against each other.
Yeah, we have. I've been living in Dalton, Georgia now about 3 years, and Jody's right up the road from us. I mean, one day we were arguing, wanting to fight each other, and then next week later, we're back over there, friends. It's just something, racers do. I mean, you can't have enemies out there because it costs you more.
One week you're banging into each other, next week you're giving each other parts, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been over to Jody's shop a couple times this year and helped him out on his car. He's struggling this year, and we had some bad lucks, but when we're running good.
Field getting the 1 to go signal. We'll be going back to green next time around. Field currently working lap number 54, so we're just past the halfway point. Randy Fox still on the point as you see one of the walking wounded here. Devin Jenkins in the number 3 car. As a lot of sheet metal has been peeled off of a lot of cars in the first half of this event. Larry Rajero, the Hialeah veteran, car number 17, running in the second spot. Third is Larry Raines. Fourth is the point leader Mario Goslin, and fifth is Steve Christian, the young rookie out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, in car number 12. As we go back to green flag action in the RC Cola 100 for the Hooters Cup late models from Hialeah Speedway in Hialeah, Florida. We're just northwest of Miami, Florida, as Randy Fox brings the field off of the fourth turn to this relatively flat 1/3 mile oval here at Hialeah Speedway. And John Crow really putting the pressure on Steve Christian in car number 12. A couple of rookies going at it.
That's your rookie battle for the season. John Crow has a pretty good lead on him, but Steve Christian's come on strong lately.
Bobby Gill is Steve Christian. He's from up in your part of the country, out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, and I know you live right down the road in Dalton. And Steve is kind of a quiet young man. You really don't hear a lot from him, but it seems like when you get in the second half of the race, he's always there in the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, he's been running pretty consistent, and I mean, like you said, you don't hear nothing from him. And Steve's behind us in points, and us not being in this race is going to put him. It's going to be him and me fighting for 6th and 7th at the end of the year there.
And we just had a pass for the lead.
And you're exactly right. Larry Rajero in the 17 car is your new leader as he made the move. And it looks like Randy Fox has dropped back to 3rd spot. Did you see that unfold, Mark?
I've been watching it for several laps. It seemed like Randy Fox could get off the corners well, but he had a push dead in the center of the corner. It seemed like that's what happened.
Yeah, these cars here, if you got a push getting in the corner and you can't get the car turned, it's definitely going to be loose getting off for you.
And right now he's holding up Mario Goslin and Steve Christian.
Yeah, he's lost several car links to the top 2 cars of Larry Rajero and Larry Raines. And Mario Goslin, he's wrestling for that inside line in car number 10. He sees those 2 leaders pulling away from him, and Mario, he's got to get aggressive. He's got a little bit of breathing room now because Dick Anderson not in the race after an accident on practice last night. And Mike Garvey, who was 3rd in the points, he's called it a night. He's gone to the pit area after an accident earlier on. So Mario Goslin's got a little breathing room. He doesn't have to really protect that point lead now. He can start getting a little more aggressive and going for it.
Right now, Bobby Gill, watching Randy Fox, the way he's pushing, Mario needs to just be a little bit patient, doesn't he? He needs to pressure him a little bit and wait for him to push up because he has almost about every other lap.
Yeah, Randy, he's been pushing up, I guess, about the 10th lap in the race. And, Mario, he's running for a championship. He's leading the points, and he's just biding his time. He might put his nose in there and Randy chop it off and cause him wrecked, and that's going to cause him to lose valuable points.
So that's that aggressive patience we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Mario, he's leading the points. All the guys behind him fell out. Mike Garvey's out, Dick's out, and he just needs to keep it clean and win the championship.
And another guy that's got to be looking to maybe make up some points is Daryl Shelnut in the 7 car, as he's right there in the thick of things too. And there you see the 4 car. He pushes up, but Mario couldn't get through the hole there in turn 1.
There's going to be a hole there pretty soon because it's becoming consistent that he's pushing up. Right now, I'm impressed with Larry Raines, the way he's hanging with Larry Rohair.
Boy, he certainly is. And there you see Goslin. He gets to the inside of Fox. Christian trying to get the car down on the inside and go with him, but couldn't quite get the job done. Bobby, it looked like he got in that corner a little bit too wide. Steve Christian in the 12 car couldn't follow Goslin underneath Fox. performance.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Fox, we don't know if he's running out of brakes or what. I mean, you run 100 laps here, this is like running a Saturday night race. You can't take it easy for nothing, or somebody's gonna go by you.
And look at this battle for the lead. Larry Raines gets to the inside of Larry Rajero. He'll take the lead. Bobby Brack, a bump and run move for the lead. Do you think Larry Rajero, do you think he knew that was coming?
Well, it's really hard to say. We'll see here if there's any retaliation here. I would say probably he didn't expect that. It was
caution. We got trouble off the fourth turn. A car spinning down to the inside, and we'll wait for the smoke to clear to see who that is. And it's Daryl Shelnut in the 7 car. That's kind of unexpected, Bobby.
Yes, it is. It's very unexpected for Daryl.
And Daryl gets the car rolling again as he pulls out in front of the leader, Larry Raines, in car number 37. And I was just about getting ready to say that once Larry Rajero gets out in front at this racetrack that he's hard to get around. But Larry Raines got the inside move. Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened to Daryl Shelnut. And there you see Daryl Shelnut. He was behind Randy Fox in the 33 car. Keith Brack right behind him. Bobby, I'm going to put you on the spot. What'd you see?
As I said, it is very unusual for Daryl to spin out here. And in this case, I'd have to say he had a little bit of help. And it came from my son, Keith. I'm sure it was a mistake, maybe a loss of brakes or whatever, but definitely Daryl had help there.
Wait till Keith sees the tape of this race. So Daryl Shelnut back underway, and we were talking about the change for the lead, a contact between Larry Raines and Larry Rajero. And is it kind of a rolling wrestling match out here, Bobby Brack? I know you run out here every Saturday night, have for many, many years. Is it kind of survival of the fittest? I mean, it's kind of bump and run move, is that kind of accepted here?
Well, it is and it isn't. You know, there's rules in racing here as there is anywhere, but it is a tight racetrack, and it's pretty easy to keep someone behind you if you take up a little more of the racetrack than you should, or you know, such as a bump from behind or whatever. It's pretty easy to for the other person to get out of control.
Well, one thing that you mentioned earlier, that with Larry Raines making that move, Larry Rajero, he knows that move too.
Yes, he does.
I think I've seen him do it on you a couple times here.
Yes, I'm sure Larry has.
And vice versa too.
Right. Larry is really basically what I guess what you would call a clean driver. Larry basically uses his skills, and he's not generally that rough.
But it's not unusual to get in the back of somebody coming off the turn, because that's the key to this whole racetrack, is getting off of the turns.
Definitely. Well, in and off. I mean, the turns is the key to the racetrack. Definitely, you know, if someone slows in front of you, they might receive a tap from behind, or, you know, if they brake too hard getting in, then they might get tapped. It's all a timing thing, and you know, you're following on the edge, and leading, you're on the edge, and the follower is on the edge too. He's trying to stay as close as he can.
So the field grouping up under caution. They'll get the 1 to go signal this time by from starter Tony Boswell. Larry Raines out of Cumming, Georgia, with his best performance thus far of the 1995 Hooters Cup Late Model Tour. In second spot, Larry Rajero, the veteran from right here in Hialeah, Florida. In third, point leader Mario Gosselin in car number 10. Steve Christian, car number 12, rides in fourth. And in fifth, it's the leading rookie, John Crow, in car number 38, as Randy Fox, the early race leader, has drifted back into the 6th position. So the field coming off of the 4th turn, Larry Raines brings him down. Tony Boswell waves the green flag, and we are underway. 25 laps to go. 75 laps in the books, and as Bobby Brack alluded to earlier, now it's down to a 25-lap Saturday night shootout at Hialeah Speedway. There you see Larry Raines. He opens up about a car length on Larry Rajero, but I don't think Rajero is going to let him off the hook that easy. There he gives him a bump in the back, and Larry Raines keeps the tail of the car behind him and makes that car wide down the back straightaway, Bobby.
Yes, it looks like Larry Raines has a little bit more motor than Larry Rajero at this point. Larry looks a little bit smoother through the turn. Looks like Raines could possibly have a slight push in it, but he seems to have a pretty strong motor. Seems to be pulling about a car on him.
What is he trying to do when you just tap him in the back like that? Loosen the car up a little bit for Larry Raines?
Definitely loosen him up enough to get his nose under, and to, make Raines know that he's there, he's ready.
And Larry Raines pushing up a little bit going into the corner there.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got a push now. The car looks like it's going to go away a little bit on him.
But it looks like to me that Larry Raines is doing what he has to do. He's got a little bit of a push, but he's firing late coming off the turn and causes Larry Rajero to have to get out of it just a little bit.
Yes, he is. He's really messed Larry's timing up, right.
We had another veteran driver that joined us from Toledo, Joy Fair, and he called that the Canadian brake check. So Larry Raines out in front. He's got a veteran and Larry Rajero right behind him, and there you saw him loosen the 37 car up once again of race leader Larry Raines. So they had some contact when Raines went by Rajero to take the lead, and I think Rajero, he's going to be seeing that 17 car in his rearview mirror there, and I think he's going to have some nightmares about it before this one's over.
I think so too. I think, as I said, I think Larry's a very clean driver, but this could be one of those retaliatory.
Boy, and he got him real
moves.
Sideways that time as they worked turn number 3. And boy,
they're bunched up behind him too.
And Mario Gosselin right there, he looks to the inside, and Bobby Gill, if you're Mario Gosselin, what's going through your mind right now? You know the leaders up there got a deal going with the bumping and the banging. You're sitting in third. What do you got to do?
Well, you're probably hoping those two go spin each other out and that give you the lead. But I think what the deal is, Larry Raines is really holding the cars up. The car ain't turning good, and he's got to park the car real bad to get it to turn, and that's putting them bumper to bumper, and there's nowhere to go to pass a car here.
But right now, Larry Raines showing a lot of experience, though, being able to drive that race car the way he's getting banged around from behind.
Yeah, he is. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep banging and beating, but Larry, he caught back up with him now.
And the laps are winding down as we are working lap number 87. So if we're going to have a shootout, we're going to have one real quick here. Mario Gosselin sitting in that third spot, and as Bobby Gill alluded to, sometimes that third spot is the best place to be, Mark Bouchardy, when the two leaders are up there battling as hard as Larry Raines and Larry Rajero are. Sometimes the third place guy ends up winning the race on the last lap.
Well, it looked like there for a couple of laps that Mario wanted to stick that nose in there with him, and now you see he's kind of backed off a little bit and go size it up and see what's going to happen.
They race down the back straightaway here at Hialeah Speedway. Larry Raines out in front. Larry Rajero in the second spot. There's a look at Darrell Shelnut, who spun earlier trying to work his way up through the field, and he's using that chrome horn on Ronnie Sanders in the 18 car.
Well, Ronnie's another old veteran that's going to be hard to turn around unless you drive through him.
The field will get the signal from starter Tony Boswell. This time around, there are 10 laps to go. 90 laps in the books.